What's up, brawlers? Hello, hello, hello. Do you notice anything different? Yes, I cut my hair. But that's not really important. I am Iz, for those that don't know. And yes, guess what? I am here to present another character reveal. Now, this character is also from the pool of monsters. Are you ready to learn more? So, in the waters of Japan, there lurks a creature that is as mysterious as it is terrifying. And that creature is our character, our hero. It is KAPPA. The KAPPA is thought to hold magical powers that can be used both for good or for evil. Unfortunately, it prefers to use them to play tricks on humans or lash out violently towards them. Yikes! Now, many people believe that the existence of the KAPPA is just a myth. And even though that happens, there are still many sightings, especially in the countryside of Japan, where people go look for the KAPPA. So much so that locals still hang warning signs near the bodies of water to warn people from the KAPPA living in those bodies. So, if you're in the countryside of Japan, I would think twice before going into the water. Or not. Or I would. Anyhow, let's continue learning about the KAPPA. What do you think is this creature? The KAPPA is an extremely cunning mythological monster that is said to inhabit the ponds and rivers in Japan, which is why it is considered a suijin, which is a water deity, and it is said to have the appearance both of a humanoid and a reptile. Now, the KAPPA has around 80 different names, but the most common are Kawappa, Gawappa, and Kawaso, and of course, KAPPA. Now, what the pranks that the KAPPA does can sometimes be considered harmless jokes, like making the noise of flatulence, which is just a fancy way of saying a fart, or looking up a woman's kimono, which I don't think is that harmless and funny, but anyways, it's more harmless compared to the other ones that the KAPPA does, which are including drowning livestock and kidnapping and eating children, and more that you're gonna learn. Those are two very different KAPPAs. Let's keep learning more about this really mysterious and mythological creature. Although KAPPA is generally a force to be feared, sometimes it is considered to be a generous being. But this is especially when the KAPPA is in debt to a human being. Now, some of the earlier records of friendly KAPPAs come from early Japanese legends, where KAPPAs were said to teach men in a very friendly way about bone setting and medical ointments. Interesting, knowledgeable. Okay, brawlers, so this really fearsome creature has some really interesting characteristics that I thought did not match its fearsome capabilities and kind of matched a lot its friendly capabilities. But then when I kept reading and learning about the KAPPA, I realized that everything that I'm gonna tell you about its physical attributes help him do the mischievous and kind of terrible acts that they do. Anyhow, here I go. KAPPAs are usually the size of a small child. Yeah, no more than 5 feet tall. You know, the word KAPPA actually roughly translates to water child. Yeah. Now, its hands and feet are webbed, which is why KAPPAs have amazing swimming capabilities. And the KAPPAs also have scaly skin, and their skin changes color, but it's usually in the hues of green, yellow, and blue. Now, the KAPPAs also are said to have long, shaggy hair, usually shaped in a bowl cut, and they have a beak for the mouth. And this doesn't interfere with their capabilities to speak human languages. Yeah, you heard that right. They speak human languages. I did not imagine that. Really cool. Last but not least, all KAPPA have a small bowl-like dent at the top of their heads that holds a small pool of water called the Sara. Now this water, this Sara, is thought to hold all the magical powers of the KAPPA. When the KAPPA ventures into the land, it must have its Sara full, or else it will forfeit all its magical powers and strength. However, if a human being is to refill the KAPPA's Sara, it is said that the KAPPA will be eternally grateful to you and will grant you anything you want for the rest of your lifetime. According to lore, KAPPA is obsessed with an object called the shirikodama, a mysterious jewel that is found in the shiri, which is the anus, and it is thought to contain a person's life force. Now, it was thought that many of the attacks made by KAPPAs were in order to get the shirikodama. However, some people say that actually the KAPPA did not always kill to obtain or to touch the shirikodama. Actually, myths say that the KAPPAs would lurk around in toilets waiting to sexually assault women. It's so disgusting. Ugh, I hate it. You lost all the points from me, KAPPA. I mean, I hope it's just a myth. Anyhow, that is why it was not uncommon for women to give birth of KAPPA children sometime after, and these children were cut into pieces and buried in jars because of their hideous appearance. This got so gruesome all of a sudden. However, despite its evil ways, KAPPAs are said to be extremely polite and to really value human tradition. Really? Apparently, yes. So you see, one of the things that brings the greatest joys to the KAPPAs are to engage in combat with its victims. However, many are able to escape the invitation to fight by bowing to the KAPPA. And since the KAPPA is obsessed with politeness, it will bow back and guess what? Yes, spill the water from its Sara, therefore losing its strength and magical powers and losing the fight. Interesting, right? So Brawlers, what did you think about this monster, KAPPA? Were you fascinated by his abilities or were you disrupted by his abusive tendencies? But we cannot forget, we gotta check out his skills to learn how he will perform in the Eternal Brawl game. Let's go into it. KAPPA has an impressive comprehensive ability score of 72. With an attack mode of 73 and a defense mode of 60, he can easily win a battle. Now he has an explosive force of 74 and a control level of 30, and with a support rating of 20, he can make an average game support player. So, my Brawlers, watch out for this ultimate monster in the Eternal Brawl game. Stay tuned for more characters and remember that you can see them all on the Eternal Brawl website, eternalbrawl.io, and start thinking about which character you will summon first when you play Eternal Brawl. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Twitter, on Telegram, on Instagram, and on Discord so you can stay tuned for the updates on the Space Guild Metaverse. And stay cool, Brawlers!